Hello ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? It is your host, the one and only ProHenis, and today guys, I am bringing you another Call of Duty Black Ops 3 video over here on my channel. Now today guys, what I'm going to talk to you all about is how you can unlock Blackjack incredibly fast and complete your daily, weekly, and special contracts really quickly as well. As you guys know, Blackjack and contracts were introduced in Call of Duty Black Ops 3 yesterday, and I already managed to unlock Blackjack in a matter of, I believe, 3 or 4 hours, which is really awesome. So what I'm going to do right now guys is just share with you some of the tips as to how I managed to complete it so quickly, just to kind of help you guys along and maybe get you that much closer to unlocking and playing with Blackjack. But anyways guys, if you do enjoy this video, please be sure to go ahead and smack a like on it guys. That would honestly mean the world to me. If we can go ahead and smash 80 likes guys, that would be sick. Make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you guys are new, and without further ado, let's get right into this. So as you guys know, there are 2 different parts to completing the weekly contract, and completing the weekly contract is what's going to allow you to unlock that mercenary contract where you can then play as Blackjack. So that's what I'm going to cover first. Now for the very first week that the contracts were introduced within Call of Duty Black Ops 3, there were 2 challenges that you had to complete in order to finish the weekly contract. You had to get 20 wins and 50,000 scores. So quickly first, I'm going to go over how you guys can actually complete those 20 wins really quickly. Now as you guys know, there was a special contract introduced within Call of Duty Black Ops 3 about a month or so ago, and that was to go ahead and get 75 wins. And when you completed that challenge, you unlocked 10 free rare supply drops and 1 free weapon grab. And the solution that a lot of people found in order to complete that as quickly as possible was to play either free-for-all or gun game. Now the reason people chose those game modes is because first of all, they're very short, which is going to allow you to play more and more of those game modes and get more and more wins. And plus, you don't actually have to come in first place within the gun game or within the free-for-all. You just have to place within the top 3 in order for it to be considered a win in Call of Duty Black Ops 3, which is a really nice luxury. So even if you're having kind of an off game or you're playing up against 1 or 2 other tryhards, you can still place within the top 3 and get that win, which is then going to allow you to get 1 step closer to unlocking Blackjack and overall completing that contract. So that's how you guys can go ahead and complete those 20 wins really quickly. As a matter of fact, for me, when I was live streaming yesterday, I believe I managed to go ahead and get my 20 wins in like an hour or an hour and a half. So if you guys follow those tips, you should be able to get those very quickly. So the next set of tips that I'm going to give you guys actually pertain to how you can get 50,000 score very quickly when playing Call of Duty Black Ops 3. Now as you guys know, getting 50,000 score is not an easy thing to do in Call of Duty Black Ops 3. I think for most people, when you play domination, you probably average around somewhere between 5,000 or 6,000 score per game, which isn't bad, but there are some ways you can actually cut down on the amount of games you have to play and increase your amount of score per game so you can complete that 50,000 score challenge very quickly. Now the first tip that I'm going to give you guys is play domination or hardpoint. The reason I want you guys to play those is because those game modes last an incredibly long time. Now that's going to be important because you're going to want to be able to get as much score as possible. When you're playing domination, when you're on an objective or when you're capping an objective, you get 150 points for getting a kill while you're on the objective. You get 200 points for capping flags, and I believe you get 150 score when you kill someone who's capping a flag as well. So I know that doesn't really seem like a lot, but those are some small little things that can really help rank up your score a lot. And especially when you're playing hardpoint too, if the enemy caps a hardpoint and you hop on and kill the enemy that's on that hardpoint, you automatically go ahead and get 200 scores. So that's going to be something that's going to be really important when you're trying to complete score challenges like this. You're going to want to be playing game modes that reward you with lots of points. Now the next tip that I'm going to give you guys is go ahead and play with an SMG. Now the reason I'm saying that is because when you're playing domination, you're going to know where the enemies are going to be spawning because they're going to be tied around a flag. So if the enemies have the C flag capped on a small map, especially like when it's Nuketown or Combine, if you rush up into that enemy spawn and spray a little bit with your SMG, you have a good chance of getting a couple of kills if you keep your shots on. And that's going to really help you out a lot because if the enemy is, for instance, crossing over their objective, you're going to get more bonus points, and killing a lot of enemies in their spawn, knowing where they're going to be, gives you such a huge advantage when you're going for challenges like this because you're going to be able to know where they are and you're going to be able to get those nice easy kills. Now just as a quick little side note here for a lot of you guys, I know some of you guys may actually be comfortable playing hardcore, and if you are, I highly recommend playing it. I should have mentioned this earlier, but the reason you want to play hardcore is because you're going to be able to get kills much faster. As you guys know, in hardcore, the health is reduced a lot, so you can basically get one-shot kills with any weapon that you're using, and especially if you're running with an SMG, it allows you to spray and pray even more when you rush up into those spawns and get even more kills without necessarily having to maintain your shots. Now the next tip that I'm going to give you guys actually pertains to the score streaks that you're going to want to run. Now from my personal experience, I highly recommend running non-lethal score streaks, i.e. score streaks that aren't going to be getting kills for you. Now the reason you're going to want to be running those non-lethal score streaks like the UAV, the counter UAV, and the hater is because every single time you call one of those score streaks in and your teammates end up getting a kill, you're going to be getting UAV assist points, counter UAV assist points, and hater assist points, which are overall going to help rank up your score a lot. Now I know you really only get like 10 assist points per UAV assist and per counter UAV assist, but those are going to help rank up your score much more than you think. If you run those score streaks, those non-lethal score streaks, in comparison comparison to lethal score streaks, you'll definitely see an increase in your overall score at the end of the game. Now, the final tip that I'm actually going to give to you guys pertains to these specialists that you're going to want to run when completing this 50,000 score challenge. If you're playing hardcore domination, I highly recommend running with kinetic armor. When you use kinetic armor while you're playing hardcore domination, when you call it in, it increases your health pretty much to the point where you need the same amount of bullets to be killed when you're playing in core, but you're actually in hardcore, which is going to give you such a huge advantage, especially if you time it right and you call it in just as you're rushing up into the enemy's spawn. You're going to be able to stay alive for a lot longer, even as the enemies are frustratingly trying to kill you in those intense moments. You're going to be able to rush around and get many more kills. Now, that's if you're playing in hardcore domination, but if you're playing in a core game mode, or even if you're playing in hardcore and you just don't like running kinetic armor, I highly recommend running combat focus. If you guys didn't know, combat focus, when you call it in or when you call in that specialist, it doubles all of the score that you get while it's actually called in, which is huge because obviously this challenge is to get as much score as possible. So when you're running with that combat focus, you're going to be able to double all of the score that you get in those moments when you have it called in. So anyways, guys, really hope you all did enjoy this tips video. If you guys did, please be sure to go ahead and smack a like on it, guys. That would honestly mean the world to me. Hopefully this helps you guys out in completing those contracts that are now in Call of Duty Black Ops 3. I'm so happy these are finally here, guys. It adds a whole lot of new life to Black Ops 3 that I'm really excited about, especially introducing this new Blackjack specialist, which I'll be showing you guys some gameplay of over here on my channel soon. But thank you all so very much for watching. If you guys did make it up until this point in the video, go ahead and comment down below #tips. That'll let me know that you guys watched this entire video. Be sure to check out the other videos on screen now if you guys have not done so already. And ladies and gentlemen, that is all. I will see you guys in the next one. Until next time, everybody, keep gaming as always. Stay cool. Adios.